Good afternoon, all. Welcome to yet another live from Milan. I'm Dr. Devi R. I'm an obstetrician, gynecologist, and an infertility specialist from Milan, Indiranagar branch, Bengaluru. And today we are going to speak about mis-selling fertility treatments. What are the promises? What are your expectations? And what actually is the reality? Yes, we are going to talk in detail about the cost of different fertility treatment options, the realistic success rates, and beyond in detail. So let's start. Among our population, 10 to 15% of the couples find it difficult to bear a child when they try for a pregnancy. If they seek help early and if they are consistent with the treatment, and if they have patience. So if all these three things come together, there is a very good chance of bearing a child. So when I say very good, how good is very good? So what is the realistic success rates which you can expect out of a fertility treatment? That's what we are going to see today. So before going into it, I would like to explain to you about how natural pregnancy happens, just so that you will understand things better when I talk about why it doesn't happen. So in every woman, so this is the reproductive system of a woman. There is a uterus or a womb. This is the mouth of the womb called the cervix. This is the vagina. There is one tube on each side of the woman. There is one ovary each on either side. Now in a woman, in the middle of her menstrual cycle, if she has regular periods, in the middle of her menstrual cycle, one egg grows in one of the ovaries and it comes out of the ovaries. And if the tubes are normal, it gets picked up by the tube, fallopian tube, and it stays in the tube for around 24 hours. And if you have intercourse around this time, the semen gets deposited here in the vagina, and the sperms live in this area called the cervical mucus. And from here, the sperms swim and they reach all the way to the tubes. And in the tubes, this egg meets with a sperm. So this is called fertilization, hence forming an embryo. This embryo travels all the way back from the tubes to the womb in another 4 or 5 days' time, and then it gets attached to the womb and then grows as a baby. Now, what is the success rate when you try naturally like this? The realistic success rate is only 5%. 5%, it is too less. So many people conceive when they try naturally, they don't have to take any treatment. Yes, statistically, it is correct to say, and realistically also, when 100 couples try for a pregnancy over a period of 1 year, only 80 of them conceive at the end of 1 year. You will ask me why. I'll tell you why. Because there are several areas where things can go wrong in a cycle like this. The egg may not come out at all in certain people. The egg quality may not be good every single time. Every month, a normal egg doesn't come. Only some of the eggs are normal. Every single time the egg doesn't get picked up by the tubes. The tubes may have a problem. Every sperm is not normal. All the sperms, a good sperm may not even have reached the tube. Even if it has managed to reach, it may not really fertilize the egg every single time. Now, sometimes it may not even form an embryo. Even if it has formed an embryo, sometimes these embryos are of very poor quality. Nature itself eliminates them. Sometimes they don't even reach up to the womb and gets implanted. Sometimes they reach up to the womb and sometimes they don't really get implanted at all. And many a times, even if they have made an attempt to implant, many of them just get aborted even before you get your next period. You will not even know that it tried to implant. And many a times, after the implantation happens, many a times what happens is they get aborted also in the first 45 to 50 days as well. You see them as early abortions, biochemical pregnancies, etc. So that is the reason why realistically in a natural cycle, when a couple try to conceive, 5% is the success rate per month which you can realistically expect. If people are telling you 20%, 25%. That is not really possible because of so many things which I have told you. Now, what is the cost? So natural cycle doesn't involve much cost. We really don't give you any medicines for this. When we aid a couple to conceive like this, naturally, we do something called a natural cycle monitoring, which is by doing serial transvaginal ultrasounds, where we do 2 to 3 ultrasounds and see that a follicle is growing in one of the ovaries, which is expected to carry an egg. And then we calculate the right time based on the size for you to try. So there are no cost of medicines involved here. Per scan in most of the centers in a tier 1 city like Bengaluru may cost anywhere between 600 to 800 rupees. So like that, 2 to 3 scans may be involved throughout the cycle. So that is the cost of a natural cycle monitoring. Now we will move to the second type of treatment, which is called ovulation induction for a timed intercourse or a timed drive. In this, we give medicines to the woman to make sure that an egg grows in one of the ovaries at least. And we do serial transvaginal ultrasounds to monitor the growth of this egg. We calculate the right time and tell you to try. So here we may use medicines. Sometimes we use simple medicines like tablets. Sometimes we use a combination of medicines like tablets and injections. Here again, the success rate which is projected or promised at times is 20% to 25%, which is again wrong. The realistic success rate which you can expect out of an ovulation induction cycle is 7%. It may go up to 10%. That's all. Again, you will ask me why. Yes, I'm giving medicine to the woman to make sure an egg grows, and I'm seeing in my scan that a follicle is growing. And I'm seeing in the scan that this follicle has ruptured. But from here onwards, things should take its own natural course. I'm assuming that the tubes are normal and the egg got picked up by the tube. I'm assuming that the sperms went and met the egg, formed an embryo, the embryo came back and implanted. So wherever I'm using the word assumed, these are the areas where the success rate of that fertility treatment may go down. So the realistic success rate is 7%. It may go up to 10% in an ovulation induction cycle. Now, what is the cost of an ovulation induction cycle? It depends on the medicines which we use. If you are using simple tablets, it is hardly going to cost you anything, maybe less than 500 rupees or so. But if you are using injections also, the cost may go up to 1,500 to 3,000 rupees. It depends on the patient. Some patients take very less injections. Some patients do take more injections. So it depends on that. And the cost of the scans, as I already told you, 2 to 3 scans will be there. Per scans cost will be around 600 to 800 in any center in a tier 1 city like Bengaluru. So this is about ovulation induction. Now we will move on to the third form of treatment called intrauterine insemination of sperms. So what is this? In this, again, we give medicines to the woman to make sure that an egg grows in one of the ovaries. We monitor it by serial transvaginal ultrasounds. And on the right day, instead of you having an intercourse, we tell the gentleman to come here and give a semen sample into a sterile bottle, a container. And the semen goes through something called semen processing, where we remove all the dead sperms, all the less moving sperms, all the waste, etc. is removed, and only the best sperms are selected and put into a little bit of culture media, and through a fine cannula like this, we inject this into the mother's womb here. Like this, we inject. Now, what is the purpose of doing this? Again, we are giving medicines to ensure an ovulation and improve the quality of the egg. We are processing the sperm to improve the quality, and we are putting the sperm into the womb into an area which is very close to the actual area of fertilization. So the sperms only have to move from here to here, and it's a better quality sperm which is there. Now, coming to the success rates of an IUI or intrauterine insemination, there are places who actually advertise and say we have 40% success rates with IUI. It is not possible to achieve a 40% success rate with IUI, and I will tell you why. Because it is only one step close to the actual natural process of conceiving. We are giving medicines to improve the quality of ovulation. We are improving the quality of the semen or the sperms by processing it, and we are putting it inside. From here onwards, things should again take its natural course. We are assuming that this egg is picked up by the tube. We are assuming this sperm went and met the egg and fertilized. We are assuming again that this embryo was of good quality. And we are again assuming that this embryo came and implanted into the womb and it continued the pregnancy. So wherever again I'm using the word assumed, that is where the success rate of this particular fertility treatment also comes down. So the realistic success rate which you can expect from an IUI cycle is 15%. All over the world, any best center internationally also you go, the realistic success rate you can expect from an IUI cycle is 15, or maybe in very good prognosis cases, it may go up to 20%. That is all. That means when I do for 10 people, 2 may come positive. That is the realistic success rate which you can expect from an IUI cycle. Now, what is the cost of an IUI cycle? In most of the centers, the cost of the IUI cycle may range somewhere between 7,500 to 8,000 rupees per cycle of intrauterine insemination. 2-3 scans, as I told you, will be involved in this. And then the cost of the medicines again depend on what kind of medicine which we are using for the woman. If it is very simple medicines, the cost is going to be negligible. If injections are given, then 2,000 to 3,000 may go into injection charges as well. So this is the realistic cost and realistic success rate of an intrauterine insemination cycle. Now let's move on to the fourth kind of treatment, which is IVF. So let me tell you what IVF is. In IVF, we give injection to the woman to make sure that multiple eggs grow in both the ovaries at the same time. So it will look something like this, where both the ovaries have multiple follicles and eggs growing. So for this, we give daily injections to the woman. So once all the eggs have grown and they are ready, through this vagina, we actually put a scan probe, and under this ultrasound guidance, we put the needle and take out all the eggs from all these follicles. So once we have taken out all the eggs, the same day the husband gives the sperm, and we inject a sperm into an egg like this. This is called ICSI, and by this process we make the embryos. Now the embryos formed like this grow in the lab, in the IVF lab, for a period of 3 to 5 days. So they will grow and divide like this and finally form an embryo. And then these embryos are picked up, and through a fine cannula like this, we again put the embryo back into the womb of the mother. This is IVF. Now, what is the realistic success rate which you can expect? There are places where people say we have 80%, 90% success rates with IVF. I have even heard people saying we have 100% success rates with IVF. None of these is true. It is not realistic to say that IVF will give you 100% success rates. I will tell you why. The success rates in an IVF cycle will depend on multiple factors. It will depend on the cause of the infertility, the age of the man and the woman, the quality of the eggs, the quality of the sperms, the quality of the embryos, the uterus conditions. And even when, so in an IVF, usually we pick up the eggs, see them under a high definition microscope. We pick up the sperms and select them under a very high definition microscope. This is all visual assessment which we are doing. We are not going and genetically testing any of these eggs or sperms before making an embryos. There are facilities available where we can genetically test the embryos and then put them back into the womb, which may improve the success rates beyond the normal. Even with that, even when I'm putting a genetically tested and normal best embryo in the best of the wombs with a very good lining and all that also, the embryo should not implant attached to the uterus on its own. It should take its own natural course. There are medicines available for me to improve the chances of this implantation. Still, it is not 100%. That is the reason why realistically it is not possible to get a 90 or 100% success rates or 80% success rates consistently for all the people, even with IVF. So what is the realistic success rate in an IVF? In any good center, what should be the realistic success rate in IVF is 50%. 50% in a good prognosis patient means young couple, good quality, assume good quality eggs, good quality sperms, and good womb and all that. The success rate is 50%. In certain scenarios where we are able to get surplus number of embryos, which we are able to freeze and do subsequent frozen embryo transfer cycles, 2 to 3 frozen embryo transfer cycles and all, it may go up to 60 also, or sometimes very rarely 70 also, but not beyond that. So dear friends, this is the realistic success rate which you can expect in an IVF cycle, and this is the reason why. Now, what is the cost of an IVF cycle? There are advertisements which say 60,000 rupees, IVF, the whole IVF cycle, including medicines, in 60,000 rupees, everything including freezing in 80,000. This is not possible. I'll tell you why too. IVF is an expensive treatment. All the medicines used in IVF are expensive. The culture media and the equipments used in the lab are expensive. The lab maintenance itself will take lots of money. So because of all these things, and even the medicines used are expensive, the cold chain maintenance of these medicines are of utmost importance for them to be effective for your body. So because of all these things, the realistic cost of an IVF cycle in a tier 1 city like Bangalore may come up to 1.5 to 2 lakhs, may come anywhere between this 1.5 to 2 lakhs. Again, it depends on the patient. Some patients do take very less injections. Some patients really require more injections. Some patients really require more procedures to get the best success rates possible. So patient to patient variation can be there. So these are the reasons why IVF doesn't have 100% success rate. The realistic success rate is 50%, and the cost also I have told you. So it is very unrealistic when somebody promises you the moon. So here we are not going to promise you the moon. What we are going to promise you is 100% efforts, and we will utilize all our clinical expertise which our team has. We will maintain our lab and hospital standards to the best of our ability, so that you get that bundle of joy into your hands. That is our mission. So when each and every couple walk out of our hospital with their bundle of joy wrapped up in their hands, we find more and more purpose in this great job which we are so entitled to being able to do. We are so blessed to be able to do this good work. So that is when we feel mission accomplished. All we are asking our patients is to seek help early, be consistent with the treatment, and have a little bit of patience. If you do that, we promise you 100% of the realistic success rate which you can expect by any national or international standards. Thanks a lot for listening. So if you have any questions, I will take them. If you don't have any questions, you can just type the questions in the comments box below. I'll make sure that our team selects all those questions and will answer to you at the earliest. Thanks a lot for listening. Thank you.